I want to tell you a fascinating story that happened a number of years ago. It's around 14 years ago. I was learning in BMG, Beis Medrash Gavoa, in the Alumni Minyan. And sitting next to me that man was a young man. His name is Ari Ben Shushan. Now, you might know Ari Ben Shushan if you watch Torah Anytime, so you know who Ari Ben Shushan is. But at the time, I didn't write stories, and I wasn't speaking, and I was a regular guy learning in Kailul, and Ari was a bacher. He was sitting near me, and he wasn't saying shiurim at the time. And the two of us, amazingly enough, we met, and we started to talk, and we had a lot of things in common, and we decided that we're going to learn that Zman. And that Zman, we learned about the halachos of brachos. We learned about the halachos of tefillah, We were learning about tefillah, davening, how a yid has to daven. And we were going through all the various halachos, and we were learning together the sugyas and the gemaras and the halachos, all about hilchos tefillah. And one day, after learning for a while, Ari comes over to me one day, and he says, Binyamin, I got to tell you something. I said, what? He said, I can't learn with you anymore. I said, what? I couldn't understand. We were learning so well together, and here he was dumping me as a chavrusa. I said, well, why? He says, no, it's not our learning. That's not the problem. He said, I'm sick. I said, what? What do you mean? I called Reb Ari before I'm saying the story, and he told me I could say over the story. And he tells me, as a bacher, tells me I'm sick. I said, what are you talking about? He says, yeah. You know, I was once diagnosed with a serious illness, and it went away, and now the machla came back. And I'm going to have to go for treatments. And I couldn't believe it. Here I was looking at a young man. We were friends. We were buddies. We came closer together. And now he's telling me this shocking news. He can't learn. How can it be? I said, well, what if you don't go through the treatments? He says, doctor said that's not an option. I have to do what I have to do. And I remember walking Reb Ari outside the Beis Medrash. I was heartbroken and watched this man with emunah as he walked outside. And he says, I got to do what I got to do. He told me he doesn't know what's going to be with shidduchim, how he's going to find the shidduch, because it's one thing if it happens one time, okay, then your probability is good to be healthy and everything should be fine. But to happen a second time, who knows if I'll find that shidduch? And I felt so bad for him. And I remember the irony of it when I was walking outside after speaking to him. There was Achnasa Sefer Torah, and people were dancing with the Torah, and they were dancing. And there I was thinking, it's such a gloomy day. It's so sad. Look what just happened. How are they so happy? But perhaps now looking back, and I could think, you know what? Torah makes a person happy. Torah keeps us going. There's no such thing as giving up, because the Torah holds us up and gives us that emunah, gives us that strength. And Ari went for his treatments. And then something incredible happened. You see, Ari at the time was part of a minyan. And he would lead this junior minyan in Flatbush. A bunch of Sephardi boys, some of them more religious than others. And every week they got together and he would teach them how to daven, and they would daven together. So shortly after this happens, he goes over to them and he says, guys, I got to talk to you. And he sits them all down and he says, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something. And he tells them, I'm sick. But you know what? You guys are the ones who could help me. You guys are the one who could really save my life. Because I've been giving you the tools, the medicine that's going to save my life. And that medicine is tefillah. That medicine is davening. So I need you guys to daven for me. I need you guys to pour out your hearts. I need you guys to step up to the plate and do whatever you can so that your leader can live. And these boys were so shocked. They were blown away. And that night by Ma'ariv, when they were davening, Ari looked around and he saw boys who hardly ever davened. They were chuckling away. He saw boys who were like crying. They were banging down the doors of Shemayim so that their leader, their Rav, can live. And they didn't stop davening. And there were boys in Eretz Yisrael who put on tefillin. And they were makabel things. And Ari felt that he was getting the strength from these boys, what they were doing. And I remember, it was that Yom Kippur. I was in the Mir Yeshiva. And I was davening. That's where I davened that Yom Kippur. I was davening in the Mir Yeshiva. And I looked to my right and I see who else is davening there. It was Ari. He had his talis. And he held it over his head. And I could see the way he was davening, that he was banging down the heavens with gates as well. He was banging on the gates of Shemayim. Tata, you got to save my life. Only you could do it. It was so clear to see. And he didn't stop davening. And it was those tefillos that would end up saving his life. There was a lot that went on during the course of those months. There was a lot of emunah. There was a lot of bitachon. But there was so much tefillah and so much dedication until those tefillos pierced the heavens. And Ari's tefillos were answered, and Baruch Hashem, he got better. And Baruch Hashem, he got married. And Baruch Hashem, today he has a tremendous family. And he's spreading Torah to Klal Yisrael. And it was at that wedding that his boys came. And his boys danced with him. And he danced with them to the feeling that yes, there's no giving up. It was you guys, it was your tefillah. It was your bracha. It was your dedication that saved my life. You saved me, you helped me. And Ari's lesson is a lesson for all of us as well. That davening is something that could change the reality. No matter what the situation is, we don't give up. A Yid never gives up. A Yid keeps on going. A Yid keeps on davening. A Yid keeps on pushing. He understands that yes, there are nisyonis and there are many nisyonis in life. And there's many difficulties that might come up. And yes, you might have the relatives that's ill. But keep on davening. Keep on hoping. Keep on davening to Hashem to open your heart and answer your tefillos. A Yid doesn't give up. We have to have that tzchoik, mitzvah Hashem, the laughter that comes after. After we rise to the occasion and daven to the Eibishter and He opens it up for us, we'll have that laughter. We'll have that feeling. We'll stand up to the moment because the Rebbeinu Shalom sees that we are davening. We're doing ours. That's the Ratzon of Hashem. You were put in that place, into that situation for a reason. We don't know the reason. We don't know the purpose for that nisayon, for that test. But rest assured, my friends, that every time Hashem gives you that nisayon, you have the medicine to get out of it. It's your emunah, it's your strength, it's your abilities. Hashem gave you the bracha of tefillah, a gift to all of us. If we keep on davening, if we keep on hoping, and we keep on looking up to Shemayim, and we keep on saying, Hashem, my Tata, you can save me, you can help me, then the Rebbeinu Shalom, in His kindness, in His rachmanis, will give us the day when we'll all be laughing, because Hashem will answer us, He'll answer our prayers, He'll bring Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'mheira B'yameinu. Amen.